Hello and welcome to The Talking Voice. I'm your host, The Heavy Hero. Today we'll be discussing topics such as games on your phone and tablets, skimpy outfits in games, and how to take a compliment. Plus, I've made a terrifying concoction that I plan on drinking at least 10 sips of in recognition of this being our 10th podcast. Let's begin, shall we? First, let's discuss games on phones. I don't really consider them games. There are some out there that are verging, they're right on the edge of whether or not they're actually a game. Most of them, not to say that games aren't all this, but most of them are just wastes of time. They're just something to occupy a couple moments while you're doing nothing, which you could do with anything that would be way better than playing the games on your phone. Plus, a lot of them have this nasty habit of deciding that you can't play the entire game in one day, or you just can't play until you get bored. No, you have to play until your stamina or energy runs out, and then you have to wait like an hour for it to get back to full, or for some games even longer than that. And then you use it, and the further along in the game, the more it uses up, the quicker it dies out, and the more time you just have to wait around doing nothing. And it keeps bringing you back, or you can pay them hundreds of dollars to buy these things that put your energy all the way back up to full. But I don't feel like wasting money on a game on my phone to get my energy back to play. Just let me access the whole game at once so that I can just play to my heart's content and then move on to better and brighter things. That's just, I don't see why they wouldn't do that. Tetris and things like that are fair game. They're fine, because, you can't really screw up Tetris. They've tried, and they've succeeded in some cases, but a lot of the times it's straightforward. It's hard to mess with Tetris or Snake or things like that. Those are fine. Those are actually games on the phone, but there's maybe one or two of those out there compared to the thousands upon thousands of other people's ideas of games. Moving on. So, I play a lot of RPGs, role-playing games like Diablo. I've tried World of Warcraft, Kingdoms of Amalur, which is what I'm playing right now, Final Fantasy. And it bothers me that in these games where there's sword fights, the female characters wear some of the skimpiest outfits ever. And I can't understand why they would do that. Sure, it's got the appeal to the male audience, but I'd like to think that my character would be protected and not just wearing something that's like a belly shirt that somehow gives them more armor than someone who's standing right next to them in full plate mail. Makes very little sense to me. I don't know why you would wear little clothing. It bothers me a lot. Sure, maybe spellcasters, but even then I would just want to be fully clothed. I wouldn't want anything exposed. It's strange. It really is. I just wish that when the female characters just wear full plate mail, with the horns and the spikes sticking out everywhere, and not just a tank top that gives them 8,000 armor if it's wet. Just doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't work like that. Stop doing that, games. It bothers me a lot. And I am important to you. I am one consumer amongst many complaining about something you'll probably never hear. But still, stop it. Now. Moving on. I'm one that, I don't mind getting a compliment, but sometimes it's how to react to them that I have the trouble with. If someone says, "You're a great listener," do I say, "I know," because then I sound arrogant, or do I just sort of be like, "I'm not that great," which then it sounds like maybe I'm just trying to put myself down, don't have the self-confidence? Do I just be quiet and I just say, "Thank you, you're very kind, I appreciate your effort into making me feel better about myself"? I guess that would probably be the best way, but I usually go through a range of ideas in my head when someone tells me these things before I actually come up with something, and I usually end up doing, this sort of half-arrogant sort of laughing while I say it, "I know, I'm awesome, thank you very much." It depends. It depends on the person, the situation, but still, it seems to me maybe a little bit more difficult in my situation. I don't know how to put it. In my day-to-day basis, it feels a little different to take a compliment. I don't mind compliments. They're great. I actually prefer them to being told that I'm terrible. But I can respond to being told that I'm terrible pretty easily by telling them I'm not. I can very easily respond to that one. It's the compliments that I have to think a lot harder about. Well, now I have to drink something terrible. At least 10 sips. I have mixed together 10 chocolate donuts, mini tiny chocolate covered donuts, 10 gummy spearmint leaves, 20 pizza flavored blasted goldfish, and 10 dollops of jalapeno cheddar dip with some strawberry milk. And I plan on drinking this. I have to mix it up, so pardon the noise. Alright, got my boot, got my mixture. It smells spicy. Oh man, this is gonna be foul. So there is what it looks like. Let it focus. Yeah, that. It smells fruity and spicy. Here goes sip number 1. Oh, starts in strong with the chocolate. And finishes off, oh, it's thick. Finishes off with a hint of spearmint. A little bit of strawberry in there. Oh, that spearmint doesn't leave you alone. Oh, it's got a burn of jalapeno down the throat. This is by far one of the more foul things I've ever drank. Definitely the worst thing I've ever made on this. Oh, I don't want to drink anymore. Oh, I don't. Oh, God. Oh. That's 3. Can I just call it done if I just chug the rest of it? Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'll try again another day. I cannot. Alright, everybody, thanks for joining me for Talking Voice. I'll see you next week.